The next thing we're going over is a progressive overload. Now, a progressive overload, the concept is that you're just progressively overloading your body and the way you train in the gym all the time, right? So you're trying to, one week you lifted this weight for this many reps, the next week you're gonna increase that difficulty on some sort of scale. Okay, so progressive overload at pretty much every single track is going to utilize some sort of a progressive overload in one way or another. We're just going to do it differently to get the results that we want. So for instance, you can do a progressive overload by increasing the amount of reps that you perform week by week. You can increase the amount of weight you perform week by week. You can decrease the amount of rest time you do, or you can increase the tempo, or what we call like the time under tension. So you could increase the amount of time that you're lowering the weights, forcing your muscles to be under tension for a longer amount of time. That's a good way for you to progressively overload your body in certain ways so that your body will respond, will adapt, will build your muscles up bigger, will help you burn more calories and get ultimately a better transformation. So for the strength training for the bulking track, your progressive overload is going to be created by increasing your weights. So what you're going to do is you're going to get used to the weights that you have been assigned for each exercise. Sorry, not have been assigned, but what is a good starting weight for you for each exercise. And then you're going to be doing those workouts the same time the next week. You're going to be doing them for 3 weeks in a row, and then they'll switch. But the main big lifts are the ones that I want you to actually track. Find a starting weight, and then the very next workout, that you do them, so the next week, you need to take those weights and you need to up the ante. So increase them by like 5 pounds and do them for the same amount of reps. You're gonna find out that we kind of use a couple techniques to really help you gain strength and put on some muscle. And this is gonna be really beneficial for you in the strength gaining phase. So for instance, for the squats, if you are doing 150 pounds for squats for 4 reps, then the very next week when you go to the squats for 4 reps, you're gonna try and do 155 for 4 reps. A couple things I want you to be wary of is I don't want you to be afraid to fail, to not be able to lift it for the 4 full reps. You always have a couple things. One, you have a spotter, or at least you should have a spotter on certain exercises to help you in case you need assistance. The other thing is a lot of times you can put up safety bars, like in a squat rack, there's safety bars, so that if for some reason you can't quite get there, you can just easily squat down and slowly lower the weight so that the bar rests right on top of the safety bars. And then in other cases like dumbbells, you just drop the weights, just don't drop it on your foot, right? So don't be afraid to fail during an exercise, because your ability to fail is actually a good sign that you're giving full effort and you're pushing yourself till failure, which is when your body's going to respond and build your body up back even stronger. So that's what a progressive overload will look like for the bulking track. For the recomposition track, what you're going to do is you're just going to start increasing the rep schemes. Your workouts are only going to repeat for 2 weeks, and then the workouts are going to change. So the first week, you need to focus on trying to get in as many reps as you can in that rep scheme. And then the very next week in the S1 and S2 type of workouts, for all of those exercises, I want you to try and do everything that you can to push 1 or 2 more reps than you did the week before. That's how you're gonna be in a progressive overload for that track. And that one's pretty simple. Same thing, don't be afraid to fail. The more you're not afraid to fail is when you'll actually succeed. You'll get back stronger the next week. Now for the dumbbells only track and for the fat loss track, it's going to be the same. You're going to increase or be in a progressive overload because we've decreased a lot of the rest time in all of those exercises. And progressively, you're going to try and increase the difficulty of the exercises. So if there's a progression, you need to be trying to push yourself further into those progressions as best as you can, because there's going to be there won't be the same workouts, but there's going to be some exercises that will repeat. So when you see a repeat exercise, your goal is to either try and work through that circuit faster or to work through that with a more difficult progression in the exercise. All right. And naturally, if it's a workout of the day that's for time, you just try and do it in a shorter amount of time. All right. So overall, all programs are designed to put you into some sort of a progressive overload, but they'll all give you different benefits based on what we've designed them to be. All right.